step foot on the ranch, right away you feel the relaxation of being out in nature. Just being here, because it's so nice and calm. That's right when you see the first change.
The first time I got here, it was like I was back with my brothers. It was so peaceful.
War Horses for Veterans is a equine-based networking experience for veterans where they can come and kind of decompress, get away from everyday life, kind of reconnect with other veterans that have been through similar situations. It's an opportunity to be mentored, get up for job and career opportunities and personal opportunities as well.
We hadn't seen each other from October 13th, 1969 until April 2016. And it was just like we had never been apart. Everybody here is combat veteran, been through it. Doesn't matter what war you're in.
No.
You know, and they're all similar. Maybe the location's a little different, and the enemy might dress a little different, but it's all the same when you're in the Delta Sierra. The horses are great. They allow you to focus on just you and that horse. It's not a scripted schedule. It's kind of how the dynamics of the group work.
And then you're going to come down to the stables and you'll start working with the horses. And it's nothing mandatory. Like our first session, we got out here and we just started grooming a horse. Patrick showed us how to groom a horse, and it was just fun. And as we're grooming a horse, we're telling our story.
You get to see somebody who's never been around a horse who's scared of horses. And 5 minutes later, they're riding a horse.
Through the horses and through this experience with other veterans, you get something back. I walked taller, smiled more, fought more.
You're going to feel like you're part of the family again. You're not alone.
You need to recognize that it's nothing wrong, nothing weak about asking for help.
We're a family. We understand that. And that's what you need.
It doesn't hurt to have people in a network assisting you to get where you want to go. I want to be a part of helping people coming out of combat regain a normal life of what they were before they experienced that.
Whatever problems you have from dealing with combat or your military service, the program is going to help you through that. It's going to open a lot of doors. It's going to open your eyes to a lot of things that you didn't know that were out there.
What is it that you want to do? What do you want to do with the rest of your life? You've got a passion. Well, let's go for it.
To apply, go to warhorsesforveterans.com.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy. Had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar. A straight-up omelet bar. And now look. My former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Welcome to the Monday edition. I'm broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence this 13 May 2019. 2019. Here to give you all the fucking entertainment news, commentary, and discussion on the Monday edition. Yeah, it's one of those fucking days. It is a Monday. Yeah. Hope you guys can enjoy the show tonight without technical difficulties. Of course, Facebook is not liking the fact that we're triple duper double posting on so much, because you can only do so much with so much. And we are setting the fucking standard when it comes to broadcasting multi-streams on one page. So eat it, Facebook. Eat it. Yeah. So individuals talking about, is there sound? Is all this stuff? Look. Let me tell you how broadcasting works. You know, there's like a set screen or something like that, like a please wait till whatever. And if you guys have been listening to, I don't know, the Monday edition, Sergeant's Time, or any other show that I like to fucking hang out with, I will have just a dead screen with scrolling information. Then you'll hear music, then you'll see videos and all that. So I do appreciate everyone else's grasp of the obvious, because it's truly inspiring when there's no sound. But if you know me broadcasting for a long time, that's how I do it. Minx has her way of doing it. Alan Cause have their way of doing it. Jay Rudy has his way of doing it too. Some of us play music. Some of us like me. I prefer fucking silence. That's it. Silence. So,
you prefer silence and people staying the hell off your lawn.
God damn it, I want it quiet. You better shut up. You better be quiet and shut up with your silence. Get on my goddamn... No, I'm not like that.
Well, we know how it is. You get the sarsaparilla in your blood and it angries you up.
No, there's a lot of... No, it's just been a Monday. It's just been a Monday, and, normally, Flash is on mission and stuff, but, normally I flip on the news and shit. Hey, what's up? We got Mulder on tonight for standing in for Flash while he's on mission. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there's some things that I have to, I as the host and, the hosts of the Monday edition, we have to kind of like watch all the news and stuff. We are all up except for YouTube. YouTube is filed, we filed like a dispute. It appears that we pissed off YouTube again. And I thought Twitter.
We're live on YouTube.
Are we live on YouTube?
Yep, I'm looking at our YouTube right now.
Really? Oh, then I guess the dispute was successful then, because I queried them this morning. Every time we have disputes and all that stuff between record companies or other multimedia drama queens, I usually do at the beginning of the week, say what's the status, and then we laugh when they say no, denied or whatever. At any rate, so yeah, broadcasting. Anyways, so you flip on the news and you watch a lot of stuff, and there's just a lot of crap that I can't believe is out there in the news that people are fucking whining about. No, for real, like really, really whining about. There is other shit that's going on, and it is just. You just can't believe it. You can't.
Well, it's amazing how quickly the Colorado shooting disappeared from the narrative once it didn't fit in the specific boxes.
Yeah, you know what was really funny? I wasn't going to talk about that. That was going to be a tidbit. I normally don't hit, Second Amendment issues because no one's going to really take the guns away. I don't care how much you want to talk about it. I don't care for crap. The NRA is going to be the NRA. The Second Amendment is going to be the Second Amendment, just like the First. There's going to be wickets and all that stuff. Every single politician that we discussed already, and I've already told you guys this, they just need to take the trash out. All of them just need to fucking go. That's just it. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Fuck Congress. That's the way they work. You know what I mean? Taxation is theft. Yada, 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 yada. It's because every time they always like to promise so much of what they want to do for their constituents, they don't do it. They don't do it at all. There's a matter.
Well, Chucky Schumer does, because he has access to automatic weapons and the rarest of concealed carry cards for the city of New York. But fuck everybody else.
Well, not to mention the fact that you got to think about this. You have to think about this. He's been actually pretty quiet lately. You notice that?
Yeah, he has been kind of silent. I haven't heard anything quite retarded come out of his mouth lately.
Yeah. Yes, we're on YouTube. What's up, Jake? Yeah. We kind of have a, we kind of have this little understanding that when we go on to WTF Nation Radio and we're ready to broadcast, we kind of have a gist of what's going on. If we don't have a guest, it's kind of like a little unstructured a little bit. I have notes that I have to take, and I have things that I'm studying up on, just to kind of, make sure that the guest is comfortable and asking the right questions and all that. And then sometimes what ends up happening is the guest will, ask another question that'll derail me a little bit. But, when there's no guest, we kind of like to shoot the shit. Well, the news has really got my attention right now about what's going on with reproductive rights. I know we don't like to talk about it. It's not my body type shit, whatever. True that, okay? But, yeah, Baby Ice is pissed. He heard reproductive rights. He's all mad now. Alyssa Milano. Go, Mulder.
I mean, Alyssa Milano went so far to the left that she's actually back on the right now with withholding sex to prevent people from needing abortions. It's amazing.
Well, I just talking about abstinence.
Yeah, it's. I mean, she went so far to the left, she ended up back on the right. She's promoting abstinence. Exactly.
Isn't that what the Catholic Church and all the Christians like to do?
I mean, to be honest, it's the 100% effective way not to need an abortion.
Well, here's my thing. Yeah, she quoted that she was saying about what about men? What we need to do is have a sex strike because of what's going on with the abortion bill that's happening in Georgia. Now, I made a joke because, all right, I'm going to tell you guys a secret right now. I am in a lot of groups that you are not aware of.
We know you're in the Bailey J Appreciation Group.
We are in the groups. I don't know. I'll tell you the story why. Because there's a lot of groups that don't know what we do on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. I have infiltrated PAO groups, communications groups, intel groups, CID groups, warrant officer groups. I'm all in them. Good luck finding me. And if you do find me, okay, good luck. Because you'll probably have, I don't know, a couple of Facebook profiles in there. You may not know it's me or think it's me. So somebody posted in a wives group about Alyssa Milano, reproductive rights and all this other stuff. And I got thrown out of the group immediately when I'm saying, so you're saying she's promoting marriage. She wants people to get married. And somebody's like, whoa, what are you doing in here? I'm a spouse, I'm a male spouse and, someone invited me, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, well, so what do you think about that? I said, yeah, well, when you get married, sex stops anyway. So what the fuck? I was immediately removed from the group. Gone. Like, I got kicked out because I said that Alyssa Milano is the best way to promote no sex is to get married. Because as many times as I've been married, trust me, that's when it stops.
Well, she's essentially promoting the female version of No Nut November.
No Nut November. Yeah, pretty much.
And, to segue off what you just said of being in CID groups, I was just reading up on some of the stuff with that Army CID officer who
we talked about that.
tanking that case because he ended up stolen valor.
Yeah, we talked about it on SARS time, man. We talked about it on SARS time.
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, you need to like not just focus on just the trolling and the memings. But yeah, dude, yeah. So the thing is that she's talking about reproductive rights. Now look, it is straight up. You're right. You are. I mean, it's straight up. I believe in women's reproductive rights if they fucking within reason, of course. There is a reasonable amount. But now she's calling for a ban on any the film industry to go film in Georgia because of this bill. And the Georgia governor says we'll be all right. So now she's calling for women to band together to have a no sex campaign. No sex with no dudes. No sex with no dudes. So now, let me get this straight. So she's pissed off about a law that passed in Georgia telling women what to do with their bodies by telling other women not to have sex. So that means she's essentially telling other women to do something or not to do something with their bodies. Isn't that kind of like goes against what she said, what she wants to do?
Well, for her wanting to ban the film industry in Georgia, they filmed a bunch of Avengers Endgame in Georgia, so don't really think the movie industry gives a shit about what she has to say.
Right. But not the amount of fact that how many of the movie industry even go to Georgia. I mean, you got The Walking Dead, right? You got all that shit, but never.
You've got every episode of Cops that has a trailer park.
Dude, they're not going to Bliss. No, Live PD is the new one. Live PD is the new hotness. If you want to watch the new Leo hotness, it's Live PD.
No, we play Live PD bingo.
Yeah, Live PD, and then Fort Bliss. I think it was Fort Bliss. It was Fort Bliss, Killeen, and Fayetteville.
There was somebody with a dysfunctional veteran shirt that got hooked up for like meth and a dildo or something.
On
one episode of Live PD.
Really?
I'll have to find the stream, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I think he was Dewey, he was DUI and something else, and he had a dysfunctional veterans hoodie or t-shirt on or something.
Just leave me alone.
I'm so broken and I don't want attention, but please pay attention to my shirt.
That's right, because we're broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Deal with it. Deal with it.
Well, the Functional Alcoholic Veterans Center.
Well, is there such thing as being an alcoholic though? If you like drinking, is that an indicative sign of alcoholism? But anyways,
it's never drinking alone if I'm drinking with the voices in my head.
Well, exactly. That's what I said and what I said. Anyway, so the thing is that she's banning Georgia. She wants to ban Georgia. Is now calling for this big giant outreach of no. I don't. What do we call this? What is this? Like you said, No Nut November. Why would you do this? Why would you want to cause it's like you're interfering and causing you're causing hostilities within marriages right now. What if there's fans that like your fucking shit and you are that much of an influencer where you're going to say something like that, and then all of a sudden all these women for the right to fight when there's really nothing, because the thing is that there's a heartbeat bill that's happening. It's like 6 weeks or something like that in this state of Georgia, they're going to pass the law where it says if you can hear a fetal heartbeat, and a lot of states are doing this, then you are not authorized to get an abortion, and that's what the issue is. That's what she's having the drama with. Now, again, I'm all for about reproductive rights and extenuating circumstances and blah blah blah. I'm not getting into the argument with that. I'm not here to talk about abortion and nudes, Roe versus Wade. Nope. I'm not a chick. I'm not equipped or to understand the type of equipment that is involved to handle that stuff in the physiological or biological sense.
What about Bruce Jenner? We could ask him.
Nah, that's a little bit different. But I'm talking about, you think about this. You're dad. I'm a dad, and so we know that all we do is, we have kids, and the wife has a kid, and all this other stuff. That's about the extent of our knowledge as a dude. Come on, face it. That's how guys are. Guys are going to be like that. Guys are like, yeah, oh shit, I got pregnant. Well, you're banging her, bro. You're going to knock her up.
I learned everything I needed to know from Kindergarten Cop. Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. Now that would be hate speech today.
It would. So that's the thing, guys. I mean, just come on, guys, come on. I'm can't remember the guy club. We do this. Come on, we're like, oh fuck, man. I didn't think you was gonna bring it. Come on, we've all had that discussion, right? So the reproductive rights thing, it's all on the women. That's cool. That's all that. But Alyssa Milano is going to go off and tell all these women not to have sex. Go on a sex strike. Now, is she being blanketed? Is she blanking? I'm like, go on a sex strike. That's why I laughed. Guys, you know this. Hell, there's even gals that know this. Once you get married, there's some guys and women. I guess it affects both, too. The sex just stops. Once you get married, it just stops. Oh, those guns go ahead.
Part of her problem is she doesn't have a catchy name for it yet. It needs to be like Nova JJ May or something.
Yeah, close the clams. The clam. was it Nova JJ?
Yeah, Nova JJ May.
Nova JJ May. Oh man. But like I said, she's to me it's yeah. So we'll say she's a nut job. You don't sit there and try to influence it out by having a sex strike. Again, defeating the purpose of what you're trying to say with your message about women's reproductive rights and how the government is trying to, and influencers are trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. She is telling women what to do with their bodies. That's basically
now,
what she's doing.
If you want to make them trip over themselves, convince her to tell a very strict Islamic woman that she should cut her husband off from sex and see how that works out.
No, that's progressiveness.
But you see, it's weird because they draw the line as they put all this stuff on one group, but when you point out that another group is homophobic and controlling a woman and everything else, that's their religion.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you want to talk about that. So we want to talk about this because then, of course, you don't want to offend nobody because it's kind of like it's the double button meme, where the guy's sitting there holding a towel to his head and he's sweating, tell women what to do with their bodies and all stuff because that's progressiveness. And then, the strict rule of Sharia is that's another button. But this is my thing. The reproductive rights, I'm whatever. I'm not whatever. But the thing is that to her to come on there and say, and I was just kind of laughing at it. It's like, oh, okay, so she wants everybody to get married.
Well, it was because, somebody said she was in Charmed and she needs to bippity-boppity fuck off. If we were going to use the magic from Disney, she should bippity-boppity fuck off because nobody really cares anymore. She's past her prime and she's trying to stay relevant.
To what?
to culture in general. She's just trying to still be important and still get her name out there and talked about. So she lashes onto all these issues that she knows as soon as she opens her mouth and the retardation spews out, it's going to get reported on and retweeted, because nowadays everything's about the social media clout. To quote my friend, it's all about that current year back pat. You want to hit all your check marks for being this progressive of a social justice person.
Well, you notice Instagram, there was a lot of people that got pissed off because Instagram de-escalated or did something to their likes where they're not going to show likes anymore. And it immediately de-platformed a lot of people just by that little algorithm that they did. So all these Instagram whores, and when I mean whores, I'm talking about guys and gals, inclusive. Instagram models means that you're just a bitch with a filter, or a guy. Like the big, all the guys, the guys and gals that are just living on fucking social media. I'm not saying, well, here we are fucking living on social media, but anyways.
Well, I think we need to clarify that you're not saying it as whores, as WHOREs. You're saying it like Danny DeVito in It's Always Sunny. It's HOORS.
Yeah, well, the point is whores. But the big thing is that everyone's like using that social media platform to sit there and all that. But like Instagram changed the way people share likes and follows on Instagram. And all of a sudden, everyone got all fucking freaked the fuck out because a lot of people were actually depending on that for like an actual fucking occupation. So when that happened, they freaking, what do we do? What's going on? And what do I know? And there's been a woman in Florida who fucking got upset and said that she actually has to get a job now. And she was crying on fucking Instagram, saying it was unfair.
There was somebody in my Twitter on some other shit I was doing, and their little Twitter bio said, currently unemployed because every time I get a job, I start thinking about suicide. Like, bitch, that's called being an adult. You need to get over that.
Right. No, right. Exactly. That's a lot of adulting that needs to happen. Hey, I'll be honest with you. Whatever, man. I think I just.
Well, this person was also very pro child porn. It's that archive link I shared in chat that I was
dude.
I don't even have words for this.
Dude, man. I don't even. Why you fucking share that shit, man? I was getting pissed.
I was reading it. I'm like, this person either needs to have a 22 subsonic bullet or they need, I don't even know, man. Because I was reading it and I'm like, they either have to be trolling or you can't be this deranged and then just putting it out there and not have a visit from law enforcement.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It doesn't really fucking matter at all that when you're trying to spew that. And that's another thing too. When they were talking about, I think Migs was talking about that. There's now they call it a drag down, which I didn't know you could really add to it. But I guess they're dressing up people with they're making drag queens are getting people with Down syndrome and making them become drag queens. They're calling it a drag down or something like that, dude. Just that name, drag down memes. If there was something that could launch 1,000 memes, it'd be that, a drag down, dude. I about died laughing so fucking much on how much the lunacy of it is, and the lunacy of it all is that you're trying to push everything to make something the way you want. Everyone talks about how you not. Now, get me wrong. Again, we at WTF Nation Radio, everything that I say will be an opinion of me, and I can tell you right now, you do you. Really, race, color, creed, religion, I give a fuck. Do what you want. Do what you want. But immediately when I say, well, I don't like that, it's because I just does not like that. Doesn't make me a racist. Doesn't make me a homophobic. Doesn't make me a transphobic. It doesn't make me a hieroglyphical phobic. It doesn't make me any of that phobics. It just means that I don't like it. It's like if I don't like eating fucking a certain type of food, does that make me, except for tacos. I will call you straight up an ass if you don't eat like tacos. But who doesn't like tacos?
I'm going to say the tacos I had for lunch today were not that great. That's not an indictment of tacos in general. It's an indictment of this one specific restaurant that I will no longer go to.
It's just one of those things where it just gives me the ass, where people don't fucking mind their business. People like to get in your shit and like to get involved in the Twitterness and the social media-ness of all of it that's happening. And you're not even realizing why would you even inject yourself in something that is not your fucking lane? It's just like going to church. It's like going to a bar. You know, there are people that go to bars and stuff like that to go hang out and cut loose and all that stuff. But there's individuals out there that actually fucking ruin it for everybody else to get in your fucking business. And it's the same thing with people going with the religion. That's why a bedroom and that's why the church has a door right there. What happens beyond that door of your place of worship or your bedroom should stay inside those places of worship or your whatever you're doing in your bedroom. It should. Don't get the ass if your business gets out in the fucking street. But if you're the one spreading the fucking shit, yeah, you need to get the shit knocked out of you. Just stay in your fucking lane. Mind your fucking business. If I don't like something, it doesn't mean that I'm anything-ist at the end of it. They just don't give a shit.
Well, hey, you can't be a racist if you hate everybody equally.
Too much, exactly. Too much. I mean, if you hate people, there's individuals out there that are of a specific, I don't know, the way they've been raised, the way their personalities are. They just don't like to fucking talk to people. I don't fucking like to talk to people. I mean, I do like to talk to people, but there's like a limit to it of people talking to us, I guess you would say. I'm not going to say I'm going to say some shit, and I'm going to say something to you. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, but cool, and that's it. I'm not going to be a fucking codependent. And then start getting the ass about, oh, well, so-and-so didn't talk to me or didn't like something on Facebook. So what? Who cares? And then you're going to post about it.
I mean, I managed to make somebody spaz out so hard they called their local police department on me to try to make me tell them who I actually am, so...
Well, see, that's another thing, too, with anonymity. That's the whole reason why. Why do you think... that's what blows me away. That's a perfect example, too, Mulder. That's a perfect example, too, of fucking the hypocrisy. Think about this. Actors and actresses and all that stuff, their Facebook accounts aren't their Facebook account. Their Twitter, maybe, but not their Facebook account.
Even their Twitters, a lot of them have a social media manager that runs it for them.
Correct. Or, so they have a lot of anon accounts. They have a lot of accounts that are not them. It's not fucking them either. If you guaranteed, if you were to release the shroud of individuals who have a fake social media account that are in Hollywood, you'll be like, oh, okay, well then there you go. I understand that. So I mean, you have a right to privacy. You have a right to that. If you're being an ass and you're fucking catfishing, like this whole fucking thing, and it was rolling into what I was going to talk about next. Anyways, what a good fucking segue. Apparently, Snapchat has this new filter. It has a new filter, and I was contemplating posting this up, but I'm not going to fucking do it because I was pissed when I saw it. It is now a filter where you can change your gender. You can be a guy or a girl. Again, it pisses. It's almost like violating your identity. The way I see it.
See, now I heard Beto O'Rourke did it, and it looked exactly the same.
Well, somebody did it to Mad Dog Mattis. That was the picture that somebody had sent me, and I fucking was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
I hope their phone remotely detonated after they did that.
No. They were sharing in the same. They had the same exclamatory reaction that I did. Yeah, hey, we got two streams going up at the same time. We got Grunts Gaming Network and we got us. There you go. You guys want to game with them? Go on there, talk to them on their shit. Bunch of good guys knocking it out. But yeah. But you're not gonna sit there and fucking you're not gonna sit there and tell me that you're not gonna sit there and tell me that fucking that's cool.
Well, so I have a friend. I only know her by her online handle. It's Miss Meadow Kitty. She's a Navy corpsman, and she's over in Europe right now. And her comment on the Snapchat thing was that it's a social engineering experiment to try to get people more acceptable to gender swapping and to make people more open to feeling body dysmorphia, to where they might feel more comfortable as a female if they see themselves with a filter like that. So it's like just a social mind game to fuck with people who might already be borderline having issues with body dysmorphia.
Well, the whole idea of the snap is to adjust is that you stop fooling people. See now, because this is the thing. Everyone talks about fucking plastic surgery and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm all. Again, if you don't look like the fucking saw puppet, I don't care about Botox. You know what I mean? I don't care. If it's something that's complimentary that you had, it's something that you want to do, it's not fucking over the top, I don't care. I kind of draw the line of some of the body modifications, tuck this, tuck that, grab this, buff that, and all this other crap. You get too stupid, you get too fake. You're already talking about creating a fucking incorrect perception of what that person's body type should be.
Well, plastic surgery, fad diets, and really airbrushing has already led to a warped sense of body identity for most people.
Right. It does. They really fucking look at it like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I mean, I look at this, and then let's do a little experiment. You do a little experiment. You want to hang out with some girl and all this, or a guy, and you see some fucking filters and shit on fucking snaps, and then you're looking at that shit and you're like, oh yeah. Do you think of that? And then they show up, and they look like fucking. They look like the Saw puppet meets fucking Pumpkinhead. You know what I mean? Or Slender Man, or fucking the Penguin from Batman Returns.
Oh, Amy Schumer? Yeah.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Don't sit there. I mean, you're going down a slippery slope when you do that. Well, you're trying to get to a slippery slope, I guess.
I'm just waiting for it to get to where they have like leg bone lengthening procedures that are more stable and effective. So these dudes that are under 6 foot tall, which I'm one of them, whatever. But how these chicks are like, oh, I need to do the 6 feet tall. Well, you need to be under 300 pounds, and I don't see that happening. I'm sorry, when you weigh 2 of me, my height doesn't matter anymore.
And you're the width of 2 of me. That's just the weight.
When you actually do look like the Penguin from Batman Returns.
Oh man.
When you look like the chick from Willy Wonka after she ate the blueberry.
Yeah, really. I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it. Just leave it the fuck alone. Leave yourself alone and be yourself.
Well, then it gives people, and then the people that do look good, they have an outlandish sense of self-worth to where they think they're much better than what they are, and that actually leads into, I think, one of the next things we were going to talk about with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in Iran, thinking they're much more effective than what they actually are. Because they're saying the carrier group we have in the Gulf is a target now. And it's like, okay, dude, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, you know what? What do you think of that shit? I just caught the news when one of my buddies was tweeting back and forth about that. And I was looking at that. I was like, huh.
Well, I mean, back in like February, the new defense secretary showed up in Croatia or somewhere looking like a Bond villain. So I'm thinking he just wants the excuse to let off the new super laser they've got. Did you not see the pictures of that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude showed up in a black, like, Bofield looking outfit like he was a damn Bond villain. So Iran's going to try to do something stupid, and we're going to bomb them back to the Stone Age like we should have done when they captured that Navy patrol boat a while back.
Bro, you ain't lying, man. No, you mean when they took hostages. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when they made us look like bitches in front of the whole world.
Yeah, so Navy... don't be talking shit about some little kid on the Mexican border getting his pistol taken away. You know what I mean?
They can still throw Bergdahl at you though.
What about Bergdahl, man? Fuck, man. Who
I'm surprised no one has pulled his card yet.
Who gives a fuck, dude? I mean, the guy got busted. The guy's a fucking dumbass, and he got fucking what he did. Who cares? Move the fuck on. That's right. Baby eyes, don't be saying that.
Well, I mean, the 5 years he was used as a real doll by the Taliban was probably punishment enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, they needed their tea. But, God, dude, man, I just freaking unfucking real. Shut the fuck up. Mind your business. Not you. I'm just saying that everyone just needs to mind their fucking business about that stuff. You know, again, don't get upset. See, that's what creates the grievance industry. That's what creates the drama right there, Mulder. And you got guys and gals that fucking filter themselves up so fucking much. And then when you meet them or when you see them and you're like, yeah, exactly. Maybe I said, damn.
I was like the first time I met Toby Keith. He's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, Toby Keith is how you meet him is how you meet him. Some other people have good. I met Toby Keith. I had a good experience with him. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on?
I know people. Thank
you for your service. And that was it.
Well, I met him a long time ago, and I have a family member that used to play guitar for him. So my interaction with him was different.
Well, then don't ruin the perception of cloud that I have of Toby Keith. He's an asshole to you, but not me.
Hey, you know what? I still love the Rodney Carrington story of when he met Toby Keith, because that's how I want to picture Toby Keith, and I think that's a much better view of it.
Oh, yeah, where he was all fucked up?
Yeah, when he says I went to his house, and, he had Webster cutting his grass, and he had a fucking giraffe, and he goes, hey, you see that 32 Ford out there? There was 10 of them in the world. I bought the other 9, blew them the fuck up. Now I got the only one. Like, that's how I imagine Toby Keith.
Oh, God. Oh,
now I'm reading
man.
this article on Iran, and Durka Mohammed Jihad, their Navy secretary, said that their $1 billion fleet can be destroyed with one missile. Try it. That's all I got to say.
I don't even know. Do they even have a fleet? I think a lot of the stuff they've been showing has been on social media, has been like special effects, CGI graphics, and shit like that.
I mean, from what I remember, I thought they had some diesel electric subs that they bought from Russia, which, if our sub game isn't on point, could probably pose a threat. I don't know. I wasn't in the Navy. They do have some coast-based anti-shipping missiles, but I don't know where our anti-ballistic inbound capability is right now for the Navy. But you would think that we would be able to knock out anything they launch at us.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to pull it off.
Well, they're like Gaddafi. They want to talk a big game and then they can't back it up. The same thing that's going on in Venezuela right now with Maduro or whatever his name is.
Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro.
Yeah, he's the South American Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, basically.
Just like-
Hey,
just
he's got
like-
a nice mustache though.
Yeah, he's got
that mustache is on point.
Yeah, he's got a decent stash. And then but speaking of which, they're already talking about the didn't we have something was supposed to happen and didn't happen yet? What's going on? We're waiting for this coup to happen and it didn't, and it fizzled the fuck out. And then
Remember when we saw the video of the Special Forces training in L.A. and then we realized that it matched the presidential palace in Venezuela?
Right.
Like, I'm still waiting for that to happen. I don't think we're going to get that lucky, but did you see that picture of the grandma working a machine gun?
Yes. You're having a coup when your abuelita is being an assistant gunner. Oh man. Yeah, I just can't imagine. We didn't have anything going on. It faded in and then faded out, and that was it. It was done. There was nothing else that was happening. It stopped. It fizzled the fuck out. Come on.
Well, see, what I think is setting up for is I heard Ubisoft and EA Games is working on setting the next Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon as in Venezuela, and they're just going through there right now with GoPros to make it a live action game.
Exactly. And then just have the inputs coming in through like a text message or something. This player is saying this, but don't get killed. And then when the player does get killed online, it actually just phases out, but you won't be getting killed. Fuck that.
It's just some peasant dude that got murked. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be that gamer movie in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. That's fucking hilarious. What's going to be...
I don't know, man. It's crazy. And I see us going in just because of their oil, which would be nice to have a backup resource of oil pretty close because they're just... they're actually not that far compared to, the Middle East. But we're doing pretty good domestically on our oil production right now. So that's might be part of the reason why we're like, I don't really fucking care.
Yeah, really. I mean, do we care? I mean, should we care? I'll be honest. You know what? Right now, the way the government's running, the way everything's going on in Congress, the way the administration's going, everything just sounds like a hell in a handbasket right now. It literally is all chaotic. What's happening? There's no more. It's just crazy. It's funny because, shit, we only got like 5 minutes. Let's take a break right quick and we'll continue on this conversation about just fucking Monday. So stand by, get some shots, and we'll be right back.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue. what it is to see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy. Just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got? And is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you? Because I do what I do. Who knew that I could lose a few of you? Cause I bleed blue. But it's true, I know, cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? While I make it home alive, should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I'm breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betrayed me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. If you are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back for the last half of the Monday edition. Mulder, we got some breaking news.
I'm not sure how breaking it is. It looks like it's been going on for about a week. People have been occupying and trying to take over the Venezuelan embassy, but it looks like Secret Service and other law enforcement are removing people now, and I'm not sure which side is which, and it looks like a clusterfuck.
Is the embassy here in the States or in like Colombia or something like that? Where is what Venezuela embassy?
The one in D.C. The
one in D.C. Okay. Interesting. So people are just like protesting up. If you're right, for the last week, people have been kind of like standing out there, fucking shouting protests. There's been some individuals out there that are not from Venezuela telling the Venezuelan people to do something with their bodies. Oh no, wait, that's somebody else. There is somebody from Venezuela. People are from Venezuela are telling them are getting told by individuals from this country that you need to shut up and just embrace what's going on. Why are you trying to depose the legitimate government in Venezuela when you're not there, when you're not from Venezuela?
It's not the legitimate government anymore. They've elected, and he was refusing to step down. Kind of sounds like a certain pantsuit antichrist that
I was about to say
wouldn't stop for a little bit.
Yeah, it was just like I say. It's one of those accepting of the results of an election and all that stuff.
It's very Clintonish.
Politicians suck just altogether, dude. They just suck.
Well, unless it's, never mind. I had a Monica Lewinsky joke, but I'm not sure where I was going to go with that.
Oh, okay. Roger. Oh, yes, talk about some Monica. I haven't done a Bill Clinton impression in a long time. Oh, baby. Is Monica here? Let me tell you.
Now, it was just in the news that up to 4 to 6 oil tankers have been attacked at the mouth of the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, okay, but first off, these oil tankers belong to who?
One was a Norwegian flag ship, and I think 4 were Saudi flagged.
Don't care.
Not even about the Norwegians?
Nah, well, the Schwiergens are cool, but just the thing is that they were attacked. How were they attacked? There was any loss of life? Did something blow up? What was the event?
It looks like it was suicide skiffs, and one of them didn't go off.
So he just ran to the side of the boat?
Pretty much. They got that Durka engineering.
He got dirt. He got dirt to the side of the... Oh, man. So, see, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. I was going back and forth on Twitter with a friend. Is like where I was like making fun of the whole situation. It's like, is this something that escalates something that they're blaming the Iranians on this stuff? Are you really going to blame the Iranians for sabotaging this stuff? We just made fun of them and said that their military couldn't stand a chance against us. Now we're going to talk about them messing up some fucking tankers. 3 from Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia. And then a Norwegian one. Okay, I could kind of see us. Hey, don't fuck with the Schwiergens. Leave them alone. But the damn Saudis. They were not the same guys that, chopped that dude up?
Do you mean the same people that had like 19 of their citizens be part of 9/11? Those Saudis? Yeah.
Yeah, them Saudis.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find out more information on it because they're not really releasing a lot yet. So I'm wondering if there has been any oil spillage because it said one of them was a pretty severe attack. So I'm wondering if it got through the hull and actually released oil into the Gulf or not, which if it did, I'm sure the Saudis will keep that under wraps because, they don't like any bad publicity about them getting out.
Tankers' lives matter. The Gulf of Tanker incident. The mother of all tankers.
No, the mother of all tankers. What about this new...
tankers heard around the world.
The new missile the CIA came up with that's basically... Fucking Wile E. Coyote designed it.
Dude, oh my God. Okay, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. That just recently released. I think it was like the Washington Post or something like that. Somebody released it. One of the big newspapers, magazine people, media people.
I'm looking at our friends over at Task and Purpose.
Oh, there we go.
But,
There we go. Task and Purpose. That's right.
The RX-9
Yep.
is basically a fucking Hellfire with swords on it.
Yeah, it's like an inert Hellfire, which already flies almost at the sound of speed of sound, and then when it gets to its target, it's like basically Excalibur swords fucking opening up on four ends, and then it's like already spinning, so it's fucking up the target. Yeah, that's right. It was our friends from Task and Purpose.
It basically is a human-sized blender.
Yeah, exactly. Flying through the air at Mach 1. These are used for humane methods of exactly. For yeah, go ahead.
We're at the point now where it's like we can kill you a lot of different ways. Now we're just really bored and we're going to see what we can do.
Yeah, we just want to see what we want to do with this one. How about we get this? I want to see them. Ooh, even better. I want to see them get the same Hellfire. Okay, so there's the sword version, and I want to see like another version, like it's got like I don't know, it's like a big shotgun at the end of it. So as it gets closer to its target, it fires a shot. It's like it fires shotgun rounds. Bam!
No, we need one that they put like a giant dildo on the tip of it, and they wait for prayer time for when they're bent over.
Dude, what is it with you? You've been lamenting over dildos for the last 2 days now. What's up with you, man?
Did you not see that senior prank I just posted?
Yes, that
was amazing. Is what that was. The 3-foot tall dildo that they glued to the floor of the high school.
Yeah, and then they lubed it up so that way somebody could have removed it. I was just laughing at the fact that there was a picture of a guy with his face, with his head like a foot away from it, like looking at it, like inspecting it. Meanwhile, the head cheerleader of the fucking school demanded it not be removed.
Actually, that wasn't lube. She had just got done with it.
Oh man!
And they said the school went on lockdown, so I want to see what the lockdown message to the parents was about that.
Yeah, really.
But no, I mean, okay, Hellfire with swords. What's next? Are we gonna drop a Jello cake from orbit?
Yeah, well, fruitcake from the holidays and shit. No, I think it's an awesome weapon. I mean, I think that's badass. It's obviously used to mitigate the civilian casualty count and to ensure that there's not a lot of collateral damage. I think, in a way, some of the munitions experts or some of the individuals that, I mean, think about it. When you think about all this stuff, we talk about planning, targeting, we talk about all this other thing, it really ends up being just one dude pushing a button, and then that rocket simply flying through the air, and then opening up 4 Claymore swords, basically.
Now, there was a time the Air Force was dropping basically concrete blivets with JDAM kits on them.
That's right, they were. For a little bit, yeah. Because when we were at the time, we were running out of bombs, man. It was like during the surge and shit.
Well, it's like people don't understand that those first generation bunker busters we used in Desert Storm were custom made and from old artillery barrels. And once we used them up, we didn't have a new stockpile when we started hitting caves in Afghanistan because we had ran through most of our shit during the first Gulf War.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and there wasn't a whole lot of artillery barrels laying around to make a bomb out of.
Yeah, I don't mind having new ways, methods of killing a target. That's just the way it is. I mean, the more inventive, the better. I think that is actually more, when you think about it. Think about you being a bad guy. What's more deterrent? You being vaporized and you're realizing you got vaporized, so you're not going to feel it, or you getting a rocket being fired at you with 4 swords spinning in your direction. I mean, getting minced up. I think getting exploded. I mean, when you think about it. I mean, think about it. Right? I mean, a lot of people have thought about, I don't like the mortality and I don't like to die or whatever. But think about this. Would you rather go really quick and just you don't really notice it and you might feel a little bit, but you'd be dead, right? Or would you rather just get Ginsu'd the fuck up? Yeah, that's a psychological deterrent in itself.
Now, I wonder if they can add salt to that missile and we can make a margarita kit for it. I mean, if we're going to be using it in Venezuela, we're already set up for margaritas down there,
and that's
right?
And that's exactly what the missile was intended for its use. It was intended for close quarters in between buildings and small roads and alleyways without causing a lot of damage to surrounding buildings and or flora and fauna or goats. Okay, real quick, stand by. I got an announcement I got to make right quick, and somebody just dropped it to me, and I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Okay. What appears that there is a this weekend there's going to be there's going to be a cleanup at the. Where's this at? Give me some deets. I mean, all I'm getting is links. Shady Oaks.
Shady Oak Cemetery in Melbourne, Florida.
Melbourne,
it's at
Florida.
2665 North Harbor City Boulevard.
Yep, it is an African American owned cemetery that was established in 1912 and is located on 2701 North Harbor City Boulevard in Melbourne, Florida. This cemetery is the final resting place for 31 veterans and 261 non-veterans, all from the African American community and even some of the departed original settlers of Yolgale. Oh wow, cool. Over the years, this historic cemetery has been neglected in a state of disrepair. In December 2018, Michael Cheek, an Army veteran and Melbourne resident, stopped by the cemetery and was appalled by its condition. With the help of his wife Ardell and his best friend Bruce Rothschild, Bruce's wife Joy, they have formed a team of over 100 volunteers to start cleaning up this historic cemetery. Now, we did the same thing for a couple of cemetery cleanups. So one of them was in Fort Hood, near Fort Hood. One was near Fort Bragg. Another one was in Savannah, Georgia, and we sent our own mud puppy out there. So if you guys go to the Facebook page of WTF Nation Radio, it is going to be shared right there as of right now, and then because the link is too long, it's too big to drop throughout the chat. So if you follow WTF Nation Radio, if you go to its Facebook's page, you will see the post, and it is being shared right now as we speak. So if you go check it out, you'll see it on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page for detailed cleanup. And then, let's get it done. Let's happen. You guys have done this before. The WTF Nation has done this before to other cemeteries, veteran-owned cemeteries, and veterans of cemeteries. The Savannah one, and the one at Fort Bragg, and the one around Fort Hood, that was one of the biggest cleanups we had, working with Guardian Overwatch too. So, thanks for the tip. Appreciate that. We appreciate that. That's awesome shit. At any rate, what was I saying?
I think you were going to talk about the Captain Cuck story you sent me in a DM.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Go for it.
I don't even know how to wrap my mind around this one. So let's ask our loyal viewers in the chat here. U.S. Army officer lets men take care of his wife's needs while he's deployed. They have a word for that, by the way. It's cuck. A U.S. Army officer and his veteran wife have publicly come out as swingers, exposing part of the military life not many know about. Jason and Jess, a military couple who reportedly live in the Deep South, were filmed while in Jamaica at Hedonism 2, an annual swingers event for those involved in the quote-unquote lifestyle. The lifestyle of other dudes banging your wife. I got nothing here, man.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next story. That one kind of got, wow, even for you, huh?
It's more like, well, one, like, where is this normal? Because you're saying it's big in the special ops community, but I have a feeling that if you try to bang your buddy's wife, he's going to straight up kill you.
Take care of. Yeah, exactly. That was a story that somebody just, hey, look at this. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. Oh, man. Okay, so real quick, going back to the thing again. Let me ask you again. It's posted, it's shared onto the Shady Oak Cemetery cleanup. It is a national dedicated web Facebook page for the cleanup. So, go check it out. It's this weekend. So, it will behoove you to attend to clean and contact them at their page to see what they need for cleanup and all that. And I'm pretty sure we can and send pages to U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio as well. I'm pretty sure now that I got this alert, hey, thanks for the tip, guys. We really appreciate it. We can get that out to the veteran community, and we can light it up. Can't wait.
Like our listener Phil said, this is an open invite to all the Jodies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Jody was just banging the shit out of this dude's wife, and then he was like, well, if I say anything about it, she'll leave me, and I'm too much of a loser to get another wife, and she's kind of hot, so I'm just going to go along with it.
Get another one. Get another one. Deal with it. Get another one.
Yeah, like seriously, you don't get a divorce, you get a shovel.
No, get a fucking divorce, dude. It's easier. It's cheaper. Fucking no drama. Just get one. Well,
I don't know. I can rent a wood chipper from United Rental for like $3.95.
Oh, fuck that. It's too messy. Fuck, just get a divorce. Fuck. It's easy. I mean, I'm card carrying champion of the 15 ex-wives club, but I'm just saying, it's just freaking.
Hey, I married a stripper, so I don't got room to talk.
Yeah, but definitely, no. Nope. But yeah, at any rate, we were talking about something else. There was another story that was in the fucking, the article one that we were gonna hit. We already talked about that stolen valor shit already last in Sarn's time. We also talked about okay, now look, there's another, from our friends at Tasking Purpose again. Our relationship is getting better with them. I like it. I like that shit. They're good peeps.
Yeah, they got great articles.
And good peeps. So Navy prosecutor right now is accused of trying to spy on defense attorney for 2 Navy SEALs. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that sounds like prosecutorial misconduct, like big time. And in the civilian world, I was going to try to get my friend that's a lawyer to call in with us, but he was busy. But I'm pretty sure that would pretty much get your case thrown the fuck out if you, as the prosecutor, were doing that to the defense.
What is it lately with all these fucking? What is it with these cases against service members? It's just is the JAGDUM getting all that jacked up?
I don't know. I wonder if it's just now hitting from 8 years of a Democratic president pushing social justice policies in the military,
I'll be honest,
now they're in position to do something.
I didn't really see that much. I never really saw that much of any. Well, aside from the fucking pardoning parts. But as far as like general court martials for stuff like that or other court martials, I never really saw something like that was different. I mean, it didn't. It just seemed like it was just no change. I mean, it's not like the fucking civilian justice system. I'm saying, but I'm talking about the amount that was going into like hearing cases about the murder cases and stuff like that. I never heard of something like this gets too fucking weird.
Well, and we keep having our special forces guys get hemmed up on stuff where it's like, you trained me to kill people and break shit for years, and now you're surprised when I killed people and broke shit.
Well, we're talking about what we're talking about this case here that no one has. Now, here's the thing: there's a member of Congress who said he's got video that will exonerate Master Chief Petty Officer Gallagher on this, and that's the thing. What makes me mad is that all this fucking shit here that happens with going back and forth with it, you just ruined, or you just wasted all these years on both, not all this years, but all this time and effort and man hours on both the defense and on the prosecution to do all this work when something stupid like this happens. You know what I mean? Like you take opinion whatever you want on who's right or who's wrong. You have both sides of the legal teams. You have both legal teams right there going through all this effort, and then you have this fuck up, this simple little thing. Now,
yeah, and I'm wondering if it was just the one prosecutor that sent the email that decided to do it, or if there's higher up the chain of command that said, I want to know who the defense is talking to and everything else.
Right.
It's like they watched A Few Good Men one too many times.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, this right here, this case is a little bit different, though. I mean, the way this case is going,
I mean the prosecutor's behavior as far as sending out spyware to the defense.
Right, that's what's happening. I'm glad you hit that point. The Navy attempted to use tracking software to spy on civilian and military defense attorneys for 2 Navy SEALs charged with the connection of the death of the Islamic State fighter and a journalist covering the cases. One of the SEALs attorneys said on Monday. So think about this. They are sending now. You guys don't know the cyber shit, man. I'm telling you, you got to be careful. You've got to be careful. The tiny image that he put in the bottom of his signature line was just a logo of the regional legal service offices that gives them the ability to track when and where and what system I was using to open it. If I were to forward it to you, they could see your email address, your IP address, and they're using it to see who am I sending things to. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and then when they were informed of it, instead of owning up to it, yeah, you caught me, they said, oh, well, we'll check into it because, well, he the defense attorney said that I can't imagine you're trying to track the defense attorney's emails. I want to make sure your systems haven't been compromised, which with everything that's going on with China and cyber hacking and everything else, it's a reasonable fear that our InfoSec systems could be compromised. It happens to everybody. But for him to push it off and then to finally admit to sending it 2 days later, but refusing to elaborate anymore, like, no, you don't get to admit you tried to spy on the defense and then not say anything else. You're questionably ethically, and you might have been doing some illegal shit here.
No, might. No, that is illegal shit. You can't do that. You're spying. It's like you're leveraging the assets and the type of capabilities on your own people that you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be. Boy, this sounds kind of crazy to say. You're not supposed to be spying on your own people. You're supposed to be a hotshot fucking lawyer that's supposed to get a case together and win the case through your fucking your courtroom antics and your speeches and your case precedents being descriptive of said with forth and I rest my case, to say stuff like that.
I actually heard he was just beating off to NCIS reruns in his office.
Yeah. I just yep.
And now they're suing to get more information. And this could actually, this could tank the whole case.
You think so?
It's definitely going to cloud the judge's perception of all the prosecutorial evidence now, because it's like, well, they were doing this shit. What else would they fake? What else would they do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're willing to break the law to find out what the defense is doing, who knows what you have done otherwise.
Right.
And now this could taint any of this guy's other cases too. It's like when a cop gets busted for doing something dirty, it calls into question everything else he's ever done.
Well, no. See, there you go. That's a good question. But then again, it's almost like or cases that I have been gone through that are good, that are not like, for instance, like all this stuff. Let's talk about what's going on with our fucking president. Let's talk about what's going on with these cases too. The case has been closed. This is what they rendered. They pretty much said, hey, this is what's happened. There's no collusion, blah, 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 right? Well, now everybody wants to go through and go through every single portion of the investigation to see if it was done right. Now, you see what a precedent says. Now, I'm not saying at all that there's not been shady shit and all politicians are shady. All of them are. Thank God we have YouTube, and thank God we have all these other social media platforms and the interwebs to record conversations, and who have recorded things that they have said that they said they never do, but they're doing it. One thing I love about the internet.
Well, with the thing with President Trump's case, and it parallels to something else that's going on and something else I'm doing on a side project, it's not like it used to be where, people had face-to-face meetings and it was hard to prove stuff. Everything's done electronically.
Right.
Everything's written down. You write it down for the world to see. And like what they tried to hem Donald Trump Jr. on that meeting with the Russian that the State Department approved through the translator who worked for the Clinton Foundation and the State Department. It's like...
Right. But my whole point being is that after the case, this is what pisses me off about the legal system, okay? Like, for instance, there are some cases in the world where domestic violence, if you fucking put your hands on a woman or have been reported to have had your hands on a woman, you're getting a fucking jail. There are also some states that won't, unless you say something about it, even though everybody fucking knows that domestic violence has been happening, even though everybody knows that domestic violence or the victim was fucking beat by some shit brick, the cops can't do anything about it. Other states have tattletale laws. Other states, whatever. Well, now they're going to go back through everything that's happening. This whole shit right here is the equivalent of me and you're driving down the road. We're going like almost 5 to 10 over on the fucking speed limit. Cop pulls us over. Says, what are you doing? Where you guys going? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, shit, didn't even see you fucking there. Blah, 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 blah. My bad, you got me. Because that's how I talk to cops. I'm like, oh, you got me, man. Yeah, I was fucking in a rush. I didn't even think about this. I wasn't even paying attention to the speed. All right, cool. Cop walks back. Checks my registration and my insurance, comes back to me, gives me my license and my paperwork, and says, all right, I'm going to give you a warning, watch it right here, blah, 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 there's kids, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Case closed, right? It's done. Well, then somebody saw me get away with it, or somebody saw me not get a ticket, and now they want to open an investigation on how I did not get a ticket. Why didn't ICE and why didn't Mulder get a speeding ticket when they were driving through this area 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit? That's what I'm seeing right now with our government. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's like it's the equivalent of you getting a speeding ticket, someone else not minding their business, going back to what we were saying earlier, and saying you should have gotten a speeding ticket. Well, you weren't fucking there, and it was the police officer's preference. It was his preference to give me or not give me a ticket. It was the discretion of the police officer. No, you need to get a ticket because I'm pretty sure. And then they, not liking what you have said or not liking what happened in the outcome, they start investigating the police officer on why you didn't give Ison Mulder a speeding ticket. That's what's pissing me off. That's what I'm seeing about the legal system that just pisses me off.
Well, it's the same thing with the election. When they didn't get their way, they wanted to try to find every other way to get around it, when she was the one that initially said, well, you said you won't recognize the results of a legitimate election.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, I guess this is what I hate about fucking politics. It's like the whole thing was being stupid about it to begin with. Everyone was going back and forth saying what they were going to do because, when they're stumping for the candidacy, they're all saying and giving these big grandiose promises about all the stuff that's going to happen, not realizing that there's other things you just can't fucking do, even though previous administrations have had a shitload of fucking executive orders done, and then it's always going to be what the last administration said or done that someone's going to refer back to so they can continue to do it to make it worse. You know what I mean? The next president after D. Treasy, whoever's going to fucking be, is going to do the same shit. Except,
it's politics. Our two-party system is just to play both sides against everybody else.
Right. And to create the divisiveness that we're seeing right now.
Well, yeah. But like with the Trump investigation, what's crazy is Mueller came out and said, yeah, we couldn't find collusion. Now that had to have been hard for them to say because they fucking wanted it so bad to the point where they were hemming people up on old charges to try to get them to flip on Trump.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Who care? You didn't get them.
But then
Adam, next time.
Well, then they still have Adam Schiff coming out saying he has proof of the collusion. Like,
well,
no, he
doesn't have it. It's the same thing about everybody getting pissed off about that other fucking dude. Who was the other guy? God damn it, Holder. He was in contempt in Congress too. And then what happens? He was like, hold me in contempt, fuckers. See ya.
I mean, they've already documented that Comey lied to Congress.
Well, yeah. So the whole thing back and forth, though, is what I'm saying is that it's all a sham for the people. Is what I'm saying. It's all the same thing. Eric Holder, bam, held in contempt in Congress, blah. Okay, this Attorney General Barr, who's talking about reversing a lot of the medicinal marijuana stuff and all that stuff, that's got my fucking eyebrows poked up. For veterans and all this other shit, same thing. He said, okay, well, whatever. It's every cycle, everyone's trying to do whatever to try to push that agenda, and I hate, dude. It drives me up the wall, man. It literally. Pull your fucking hair out when you see this shit, and you see like I can't believe these, and then there's individuals that are actually following these people that are just sitting there clicking away, fucking saying, yeah, well, ICE, well, don't you think about this? Who did you vote for? It doesn't matter who I fucking voted for. The point being is that it didn't fucking matter if I voted for either side. They're still not doing what the fuck I would wanted them to do.
Well, no, because they've got to pander to their donors. They've got to spend, as soon as they get elected, they've got to spend the next 2 to whatever many years campaigning to get elected again.
Right.
Whereas President Trump came into it established.
Right.
So he didn't give a fuck.
Well, see, that's the thing. He came into an established decorum of what you'd say or don't say, what a president normally does. The same thing with AOC. I keep going back to
I meant established as in his businesses. He doesn't need to set him, but I'm saying he doesn't need to set himself up with a consulting position or something else.
No, but he doesn't. But but who cares what he did? What he does as a businessman? Shit. The last administration, the president smoked weed in college. Nobody gave a shit.
There's rumors that he smoked crack and sucked dick too. But
dude, rumors. But there are definitely some pictures of him smoking weed. But who cares? I'm saying, who cares? The same thing with W. The same thing with Clinton. What they did in their business past, they got washed up in there. Once you're in the government and shit like that, once you're installed in office and anything you've done after that, then that's when it's in effect. I don't give a fuck about the past. Well, did you know that he bought 15 hookers and he bought an entire party and bought a bunch of cars and crashed them, and then he was caught DWI, or he almost got busted for DWI. Did he get arrested? No. Did the hookers, were they happy? Yeah. They want to have a good time? Yeah. Did he go to jail? No. So who cares? I'm serious. It could be anybody. We're accepting with Beto O'Rourke already. Guy got busted, fucking fled the scene of a fucking DUI because he's a fucking son of a judge or something like that. You son of a judge. And he fucking, nobody cares.
That one guy was drunk, drove a car off a bridge and let a girl drown. And he was still sitting there for like 40 years.
You're talking about dead Kennedy, yeah. Who cares?
About dead Kennedy? Yeah, dead Kennedy.
Yeah, dead Kennedy.
You got that one right.
That one there.
No, I think you misunderstood what I was saying about Trump. Was Trump came into it with money, so he doesn't give a fuck about what he does when he gets out of office because he's going to go back to his high rise.
Right. Yeah, exactly. When he's done, I think he'll just say fuck it. He'll just do everything he's going to do. He's going to try to set everything. I don't know. Will he go for re-election? I don't know. I don't care. I mean, like I said, right now it is all in the bag of Congress right now that everyone's just like not realizing what they're doing, that they're not giving it to you. Ask yourself right now, depending on who you are, part of the WTF Nation, has your congressperson that you elected into office doing what you voted them to do? No. Willing to give you a 6-pack of Tecate. Willing to bet a 12-pack of Tecate to tell you that it didn't happen. Nobody did anything they said they were going to do when you voted for them. I sure have not seen any of my fucking candidates that I've casted a vote for do it.
I don't know. Ted Cruz killed a bunch of people, and I kind of wanted him to. No, wait, that was before he got elected when he was a Zodiac killer. That's what that was.
Well, see, at least he ran with the joke and thought it was fucking funny. You know what I mean?
Well, that, and he looks like the grandpa from the Munsters.
Yeah, right. But I just see all this fucking outrage, man. I see people getting so butthurt about like you said, Mulder, about real life, the shit that happens to you in real life. Join the fucking club what everybody else goes through in real life. Join a club.
Well, so sidebarring or segueing, whatever you want to call it, off of what we were talking about with Trump and with the shit that they make these wild, baseless accusations with no proof. And I'm not going to talk about Trump with this. I'm going to talk about with other stuff. In your life, be careful with social media outrage and outrage culture and everything, because you going and sharing something you saw on Facebook of, when you see somebody saying, well, this weird dude was following my daughter in Walmart or something like that. And then it turns out that dude was store security and, they were thinking they were stealing or something.
Right.
Now you just made that dude out to be a pedophile on social media.
Right.
People are quick to believe any and everything they see on social media. And I'm seeing it with somebody that I respect whose life has been turned upside down by accusations that are completely unfounded. And it's turned into a social media mob to the point where he's had to hire a lawyer to sue people for defamation and interference with his business and his contracts.
If it's an interference of that, like personally, I can see, I don't give a fuck. But if you're,
these people are tweeting to businesses that he does business with, telling them that this guy's a rapist and a pedophile.
Well, no. What I'm saying though is that at that point where he's getting involved in something like that, then yeah, I do have an issue with that. But if someone says I see your dick on social media, okay.
Oh yeah, call me a dick all you want. When you start calling me a pedophile and a rapist and other stuff.
No, when you start messing with my ability to survive. In other words, when you're fucking with when you're fucking with me to provide food on the table for my kids and my family, then yeah, I do have an issue with that. I'll fight you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fight. Like Alex Jones says, won't you fight for your life? I'll fight for my life.
Oh well.
Wait, shit, we can't say that name.
We can't. Can we say Alex Jones? I don't know. Facebook is.
We have to say we don't agree with Alex Jones.
We don't, or we do not.
We have to condemn Alex Jones in the strongest possible language, and that's the only way you're allowed to post any Alex Jones content on Facebook now.
Well,
and Alex Jones,
I was pissed off that he didn't come on here. See, that's what you get, Alex Jones. Had you come on to the WTF Nation, you've been able to hear your side of the story. Everybody that's come on the WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments have been treated equally and fairly. Have been given the right questions. Everybody's asked, and you blew us off. So that's what you get. You get deplatformed.
Well, now, see, the greatest thing though for him would be to come back and just have a video playing of him talking, and him saying, "This guy's fucking crazy. I don't agree with anything he says."
Well, yeah.
Just to troll Facebook.
Well, yeah.
Because then it wouldn't violate their content, and they'd have to leave it up.
I would troll his ass too.
I mean, I don't think you control Mark Zuckerberg. He's running a quantum processor now. That dude's a robot.
No, he's definitely utilizing his positronic matrix to the point where Facebook has gotten so saturated with stuff they don't even know what to put up or whatever. 2 streams on one page.
I mean, and going back to like the social media outrage culture and everything, look at James Woods. He's been forced off Twitter.
Is he forced off Twitter now?
He quoted Emerson in saying something about let him hang. He quoted a piece of literature, and Twitter banned it for hate speech, even though they can't say where it violates their content. And then they told him, well, you can come back if you delete it. And he said, I'm absolutely not deleting that. So Twitter deleted the tweet for him, but still suspended his account. Now, I understand that people say, oh, well, make your own platform. Well, then we get into the debate of what's a platform versus a publisher. If you're going to curate content, you're going to lose your protections as a platform, because now you're not the open, the new public square anymore, because you're actively curating content based on ideology.
Well, there's like I guess a co-founder of Facebook said that needs to be broken apart. He just came out with that yesterday. The co-founder of Facebook said it just needs to come apart. It went from being a, like you said, it went from being a platform where people can connect and talk and all this stuff to a straight fucking shoving agenda to where there was one change to one person's speech, then amends had to be made to changing everybody else's speech. You decide if you wanted to be did you want to be a network organization? Did you want to be a publisher? Did you want to be a publisher or a medium? And that's what they didn't want to do. They were a publisher of what? You know, it's really hard to sit there and say that some of the stuff that's on Facebook right now, which is a deep, dank fucking area. It's like the Trailer Parker Society.
Well, they want to straddle the line. They want to be both.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They want to straddle the line of what? You know what I mean? What? To be the voice for Mulder to say your stuff, and then the voice for me to say some two completely different opposite ends. And if one of us bitches about it, and the administrator of the account sees that, oh well, Mulder's got something, ICE has got something, but I kind of agree with what Mulder is saying. So ICE, bam, you're gone. You know what I mean? That carries a dangerous precedent on everything. They should just They should have just left it open.
Well, yeah, because that's what they push for. Now we're at the point where Facebook is a lot of people's main method of communication with friends across the country and everything else through Facebook Messenger and everything else. Yeah. So it's like if me and you in the 80s were talking on the phone and the phone company was listening to us, which they were, and they decided they didn't like what me and you were talking about, and so they blocked me and your ability to make phone calls. Or the power company coming and shutting the power off to your house because you don't believe in, or you believe in only two biological genders. That's essentially what it's doing, because you're cutting off something that's become basically a utility. It's utilized to communicate with people. It's not just a bullshit like website where it serves a function for communication. It's essential to modern life anymore to have a Twitter or a Facebook or something else to communicate with people. For businesses, you almost have to have it to network and market, and you're affecting people's ability to earn and support their families.
Well, but again, if you create, and that's how the industry is. Like everyone with like an industry is created from what? Let's start off with like a restaurant. What is created when you build a restaurant? You build a restaurant, so there's got to be architects, there's got to be construction workers, there's got to be individuals that know how to lay the floor, to lay the foundation, build the walls, do the struts, load bearing equipment, all this other shit. And then what do you have in that restaurant? You're going to have tables. You're going to have people that have to make the tables and the chairs inside, and or the people who like to sew in the sweatshops and to do the tablecloths. And, of course, the iron metal workers to make, to stamp the steel to make the forks and all this other shit. And then, of course, all the people in the factories that have to make the plates and the glasses and all that. And then you lay that out. And then, of course, the steel to have the Ansel fire suppression kits overhead over the fryers, and then you also have the stoves and all that, and then you have the stainless steel. That all right there, that you have created the industry right there just by what you wanted to put. And then, of course, in order to have a restaurant, you have to do what? You got to have cooks, or else you won't have a restaurant. You got to have a cook. So you have to have what? The effect into that, the second, third order effect to have a chef, is to have them go to fucking chef school. To have them go to, there's a lot of stuff involved. So you have created the establishment. You have created it. And that's what Facebook should be. You have to do whatever the fuck you want on Facebook.
Well, right now, actually in Texas, there's been a bill put forth by State Senator Brian Hughes of the law firm Beard Harris Bullock and Hughes to allow the state to sue Twitter, Facebook, and other companies for deplatforming people based on their ideology and views. Because if they're going to discriminate based on content, then they're going to lose their protections as a publisher or a platform and become a publisher.
I saw someone share something on Facebook and was immediately pulled off. And it was no more, and I'm trying to find a snapshot, and I'm trying to find who posted, because I saw it on my timeline. Yeah,
it was happening right after the New Zealand thing when I was talking to other friends that are still in law enforcement, and I had the video of it, and I was trying to share with them because a lot of people were wanting that for active shooter training.
Right.
It was getting ripped off. They were actively censoring Facebook Messenger. So everybody that shares their porn pics on Facebook Messenger, Facebook looks at your pics, your videos.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we've had conversations before in our own chats that says this has been removed due to community standards.
Yeah. So if they're censoring private communications between people that's not even public facing, I mean, really, I think they're stepping way out of their lane.
My biggest thing is that this one thing that I saw that was on my timeline that was shared, it was shared by a gay baker, and he said he doesn't care who comes in and asks for a cake. The guys that got busted in Colorado for not baking a cake for a gay, he's like, the right to refuse a service to anybody should be anybody. It's money. If you tell me to do something that's against my beliefs, he even said, I don't care. I just give me your money. You can pay me whatever you want, as long as it's not too crazy. I don't care. Didn't give a shit. He even said, I'm a gay baker. I saw that on my timeline, and I was going to show it to somebody. I was going to share it to somebody, just for a reference and stuff like that. And it was gone. Like literally, like at the end of the day, I saw it in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I was like, oh yeah, fuck, that reminds me. And I was going to talk to so and so about this, and hey, remember that gay baker? Yeah. Well, where's it at? Oh, well, what the fuck? I was digging for it. No shit, it was a gay baker saying he didn't give a crap about the bakers that were Christian, that didn't want to bake a cake. He just go to another bakery.
Hey, that Coast Guard lieutenant that was compiling the hit list and had his weak ass stash of guns that they said was a stockpile, they denied his release from jail.
Okay, so they were going to release him. Yeah, they were supposed to release him today? Tomorrow? Oh, wait, was it today or tomorrow?
Today.
I
think today. The judge just blocked it today. It just popped up on military.com.
Well, there you go.
They called that a stockpile. I'm like, I take more guns than that to the range. What the fuck are you talking about?
Very amateur at the most. Everyone stop. I don't want everybody to think, oh, us nerdy talking about this bullshit with you. No. My biggest thing is this, is that you could do whatever you want. I'm talking about Facebook now. We're going back to, I'm not talking about the gay baker. That's what it was created for. It was to create and to be able to speak up. For people with those that did not have a voice. That's what it was created for. Did you ever see the movie The Social Network? It was like, oh, for people who have to get together and we'll have this, and people can have a voice and you can have all this movements or whatever. The Arab Spring happened and all. Everyone was like, yeah, Facebook and Twitter. Oh, online media. 2008 election. Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, oh, well, yeah, whatever. But nobody fucking liked it when you were losing. You you developed a platform that is going up against your beliefs that you're losing in an election for. Then you start, or you don't like what you say was considered hate speech, or deplatforming somebody was hate speech. Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Well, look at what China's doing now. Have you seen that new thing where they've got the social media credits and your socials? We're not that far off from the U.S. because if you consider because like people said, Facebook is actually working on their own cryptocurrency.
Right.
That can only be used in Facebook.
Right.
Now, Facebook deplatforms you. They deperson you because they don't like your beliefs. Now you're cut off from that whole segment of society because of what Mark Zuckerberg thinks, because you have to follow his values.
Does he have values? I mean, I didn't know androids did have values or not.
Well, he's trying to. He doesn't believe in walls and borders except around his, giant Hawaii fucking mansion. It's the same thing. They don't believe in guns except for their bodyguards.
Yeah, really.
Like Hillary Clinton said, we'll just have the maid do it. Oh, wait, she did have her maid fax her classified information. I forgot about that.
Oh, God. I see some of that stuff. It's all, and I got to see it. Show me. Show me the proof.
It was in the FBI report. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But it was one where they printed it out and they couldn't get it was on, Sipper Nippernet. They printed it off of one thing and then unsecured faxed it to Hillary. And it was like Consuela from Family Guy asking for more lemon pledge.
No. Well, this is classified. No.
So it was just one of those things where it was just outrageous. And I'll find the email and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm. Well, I mean, I kind of cruise around the dark web a little bit. I can probably find it myself.
You know what? I just recently, what came up, and something else I was looking into was some of the Michael Jackson shit. When I actually went and looked at all the evidence that's been entered into record, all of it, because it's the FBI, you can go look at it on the FBI website. Man, he got fucked.
Yeah, he did.
There was not. I just recently found out that boy that testified that he saw Michael's penis and it was, spotted like Morgan Freeman. Well, it turns out that kid had been swimming with Michael Jackson. So if he had vitiligo and you saw Michael Jackson in swim trunks, you would tell that he had it all over his body.
Right.
And that boy testified that it was a circumcised penis, but Michael's autopsy says he was uncircumcised.
Oh my God. Why are we even getting this fucking details, man? I mean,
it's one of those things where it's like the kid grew up in a Jewish family. So if they're convincing him to tell people that he saw a wang, it's probably going to be a wang he's already seen.
Yeah, that's true. But the whole thing though is that again, it's like some of these records, I got to see it. You know what I mean? Didn't they have like a fucking? There's some people that you notice the Michael Jackson fucking document on that you were talking about that. It came out on Netflix and it came out and it got like fucking. Everyone was like, ooh, nobody's disputed it. Like there's been nobody disputing it.
Well, there's people disputing it. Let me point you to this live stream that's got a bunch of info on it. I'll get the other stuff. But apparently they shot that thing so far apart and they tried to make it look like it was all in one take that when they went back to the bed and breakfast one time that they rearranged the room trying to make it look the same, but they fucked some stuff up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the documentary, so I mean.
And it comes out in the documentary that one interview where Michael was like sitting on the bed, like holding hands with the kid, and they were talking about like wanting milk and cookies and stuff. That was over Michael's objections. Like he didn't want to do that. It's in somebody's interview in the court documents that he was super uncomfortable doing that, and he was like, "This is going to look horrible. I don't want to do it. It doesn't feel right." And the videographer kept pushing him to do it.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I need to see it. I mean, but then again, let's just go back to the thing I said about I don't give a fuck. I don't care about.
I think it's interesting that his was one of the first. Him and OJ were the cases that were tried in the media before social media.
Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine if that was happening now.
Oh, I mean, you couldn't. It would be all over Twitter. It would be all over. Well, look at the Me Too era and all that shit. There was just a thing. There was this YouTuber who's like a little Justin Bieber fucking wannabe who just got 10 years in prison for getting like 12 and 14-year-old girls to send in explicit videos.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God, I can't wait for him to get to prison and him to get passed around with a used condom.
God. My whole point being is that show me the money. Show me the proof. Let me see it. Let me see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're lying, Mulder. I'm just saying the fact that I want to see the proof. If you have something tangible that says specifically signed from whatever, because I'm not saying that I've not accessed WikiLeaks from a government computer, but I have.
Wait, which proof do you want of the Hillary Clinton faxing or of the YouTuber getting girls to send him shit?
No, that's been all over the fucking gaming channels. That happened last. That was last week. Get with the times, man. The news cycle on social media is 24 hours. 24 hours is what the social media news cycle is 24 hours. That's how much information is what people like to post on social media that you have seen already or have not seen, and then it is spit the hell out. It blows my mind how it's like Facebook's got an hour Usually 24 hours for videos, video reviews, and then Twitter's like every 5 to 10 minutes. Instagram is every 5 minutes. Snapchat, obviously it's getting fucking deleted, or it's a deletion with the snaps. There's like the best times to post type shit. That's how it works. So I saw that. I scrolled through. I'm like, whatever.
Yesterday for Mother's Day, my aunt pushed my grandma down. My grandma got up, broke my aunt's nose. The cops were over at the house most of the day. Then I said, fuck this. I came back home and slept for 16 hours. So I'm a little bit thrown off today. Yeah, I'm still trying to, like, my parents tried to explain to me what happened. I'm like, I don't even fucking care.
Bro. God, man.
I said, we have a white trash family. If on Mother's Day, the cops are called because somebody pushes grandma down, grandma gets up and breaks their nose.
That reminds me, too. I just want to thank, I hope all the moms in the WTF Nation and all the single dads out there that are doing double duty. I hope you all had a good Mother's Day. I hope you, enjoyed your Mother's Day and we're treated like a mom. We're respected and all this other stuff. And, I just hope you had a good one.
Exactly. And to all the B-shift daytime strippers that are going to get knocked up by Jody within the next couple weeks and have their first Mother's Day next year, we salute you too.
Oh my God. You're so fucking pessimistic, dude, about this shit. At any rate, don't forget we got a show tomorrow. Tied Up Tuesday with Minx. Wednesday's the day off. Thursday is Sarn's time. Working on a guest right now, maybe coming on. Let's see what's up. Friday we have day off. Saturday we got day off, and then kicking up Cause with Owl and Cause Team Old. Bring you back to the Monday edition. We have this Sunday. Wow, we have this Sunday. We have Tim Foley from the Arizona Border Recon. Wow, that's gonna be crazy. Because you know what? We have all the guests that piss everybody off on both sides of the house. So we're gonna have. This is gonna be interesting talking about the border, Arizona Border Recon. We'll be on the show. Let us know what they do and what is the current situation down in the Mexican-U.S. border. So we've heard one side of it. Now we're going to hear another side of it. I'm pretty excited. I'm actually kind of curious to see how that show's going to roll out.
So I knew a guy that was Border Patrol back in 2010 whenever I was an officer in Texas. And their nickname for the guys that ran from them was Tonks because that's the sound a Maglite will make off the back of somebody's head.
Oh, my God, dude. Sometimes your dad jokes are... Anyways.
Oh, that wasn't a dad joke. That was straight up you tomahawk somebody with a Maglite because I don't feel like chasing you.
Or PR24 at the knees usually works better, but that's just me.
Hey, if you make me chase you, I'm out of shape and I'm short. So I have to take 2 steps for every 1 step you long-legged bastards take. So I'm going to knock you the fuck down any way I can. Because all I got to do is slow you down enough to Bill Goldberg spear you from behind.
Well, you know what? Hey, dude, thanks for joining me tonight, man. I appreciate you coming on with it.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was great.
Yeah. So, right quick, we're going to go ahead and, sign the hell off. Thank you, guys, for joining us tonight on the Monday edition with Ice and Mulder, because Flash is still on mission. He'll still be gone for a while. So you never know what host you're going to have hanging out with me. This has been fun. And, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Share, like, and follow. All the Twitterings and all that stuff are up right now. YouTube is back up, so I guess we won our dispute. Hey, you audience guys out on YouTube, thank you for joining us. And I'm sure Mulder will be able to get you guys up on and what's going on and all that. Again, the streams were going on today. 2-on-1 page, rocking it as always. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Ice, and have a good night, and, see ya.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Looking up and fading out, cirrus shapes I found blow me away. Van Allen right around, pushing through want.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.